Hello! So this is my tiny little bookshelf, and as you can see, it looks like shit. I found this small creator, Ali Lavish, I think is how you say her name. I'll link her channel in the video in the description, but she did a video like reorganizing her bookshelf, and that made me think, I should do mine. Anyways, right now it's not organized like at all. I have hardcovers here, like at the bottom, like the big heavy hardcovers I have. I have my Sonic Encyclopedia, one of my Sonic IDW comic collections, my high school yearbook, and Frog and Toad, which is also like a big hardback book. I'm gonna leave those be, because I think that's kind of the best spot for them. The issue I'm facing is I have more books than I have shelf space. I am still having heart problems. I can sit down and do this, so it should be fine. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of books, and there's more than there is space on the shelf. These two don't even belong with what this pile is. This pile is like my writing stuff and random knickknacks. I'm gonna leave this be. I'm also going to leave this pile be because this is 3 books I'm in the middle of reading. These books at the end were loosely like a TBR, but that's not even... I'm a disorganized mess. Half of my like work in progress books are scattered around. I have other books elsewhere in my room, but today we're just going to try and organize this. So I guess the first step would be to pull all the books out, right? Grab this pile. What a mess. We're just cleansing it all. So I do vaguely want to sort by like genre / vibe. And I am gonna still have to do the ugly piles just because of how the shelf space is. But I am going to try my best to make it at least easier to sort through. I have a whole box set up top, right? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I'll put it there for now, maybe we'll change it. This is a lot of books. Okay, so now I've cleared out the bookshelf. I want to start by putting comics in one pile. So that's Heartstopper Volume 1. No more comics here, so I'm going to put that down. Let's see, this is a manga, so I'll put it there, and I'll organize them by size. It looks like I did have a lot of my comics kind of in one pile, which is good, because it makes my job easier. This is a blast from the past. This is a box set, but I only kept one of the books from it, so I'm just gonna put the box elsewhere. I'm selling my other 2 from the Stranger Things 3-book collection, but I did like Zombie Boy, so I am keeping that one. More Joan Vasquez. I have a lot of Joan Vasquez. I guess I should pile those ones kind of together. Filler Bunny might go on top because it's smaller. Oh my god, I have so many comics. That's my cat, by the way. Hephaestus, come here, baby. You want to say hi? Meow. Alright, I think this is all the comics. I have to look at this stack, too. This is very precarious, the way I just have, like, Jenga stacks going on. I don't think you can fully see them, but it's rough. Is this a comic? No. It's a book with pictures, but it's not a comic, so we're gonna leave that there. Is this a comic? Yes, this is a comic. Okay, so we're gonna put the biggest stuff on the bottom. I think my biggest comic is Kraven's Last Hunt, so we're just gonna shove that at the bottom of this stack. Heartstopper and This Was Our Pact. These are both about the same size. This one's a hardcover, so I'm gonna put it below. I believe those go there. Now, if I sort through this pile, I have Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, and where's Squee? I have another Joan Vasquez, and I said I wanted to put them together. That is true. We're going to put these 2 together. I'm gonna put Squee on the bottom because it's slightly thicker, and I guess we'll just pile them there. Okay, what next? I think next is It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth, because it's about the same general size as those. This is also the same like height and width. I just want to make sure I don't have anything thicker that's the same size. I don't think I do, so I'll put that there. This is my next hard copy, but I think actually the Dan TDM one is bigger. Yeah, that can go... it can go a bit lower down. Yeah, because this is bigger than I realized. Does that look right? I feel like that looks ugly. Maybe I need to put the Dan TDM book at the bottom. I don't think it fits evenly. I think I'm gonna have to make a separate pile. I'll keep this pile, and then I'm going to make a separate pile that will have that. And I'll also put Soul Eater Volume 1 down on top of that. These are 2 of my Teen Titans books. They are quite small, so we're gonna hold them. Oh, this is a big one. Why the Last Man, Book 1 can go, I guess, under Venom, because they're both, like, you know, superhero companies. One's Marvel, one's DC, but I don't really care. Nimona, you can go in pile number 2, and then I have a bunch of smaller ones. So we're gonna put the Teen Titans ones there, I think. We're gonna put Stranger Things and my other Jalen Vasquez on top of here. And then my 3 other manga are all about the same size, roughly. This one's the smallest, and Spider-Man Fake Red is the biggest, so I'll put Death Note Volume 1 in the middle, and we'll put them there. I think that works. Okay, cool. So we've organized all the comics. Great. Now, I want to put all of my bad faith readings in one pile. What I mean by that is books I specifically bought because I think they will be bad, and I want to make videos making fun of them. So let me track all of those down. We have a off-brand Minecraft book. We have Verity by Colleen Hoover, which I'm proud to say I got half off. We have The Bite Before Christmas. I got it from a dollar store. Stranger Than Fan Fiction, a Goosebumps book, naturally. There's 2 more at the bottom here. I have the Insanity series, which is 2 Jessica Killer fan fictions. So, how do we organize this? This is definitely the smallest. I'll put that on top. Put the Insanity series on top. Actually, Goosebumps is smaller. Okay, can I fit the stack here? It's a tight squeeze, but yes. So we have, you can't see the spine, so I'll just explain it. Insanity series, Verity, Stranger Than Fanfiction, Goosebumps, Minecraft book, Bite Before Christmas. So that covers all of my comics and my bad faith readings. I do also want to attempt to make a horror pile because I do read a lot of horror, and then the rest can kind of just go wherever, I guess. Let me gather all my horror books. Horror and mystery, I guess we'll chuck this one in too, because I only have 1 mystery book, and those 2 things often go hand in hand. I think this is horror. We're gonna include it. Okay, so I'm gonna exclude Tales from a Gas Station. I want to keep that whole series together, so I'm gonna put that on like a separate shelf space. So we're not including my Tales from a Gas Station books or any of my other Jack Townsend books. You Shouldn't Have Come Here, Disappearance at Devil's Rock, The Final Girl Support Group, Clown on the Cornfield, Lycanthropy and the Single Girl, There's Someone Inside Your House, Mystery by Moonlight. I think that covers all of my horror bases. Yeah, that seems to be it. Okay, so once again, we're gonna go by size. This seems to be the biggest one. I'll put Mystery by Moonlight on top of it. Lycanthropy and the Single Girl, I'll put under Mystery by Moonlight because it's bigger. There's Someone Inside Your House is smaller. Clown in the Cornfield is smaller. Final Girl Support Group is bigger than Clown in a Cornfield and about the same size as There's Someone Inside Your House. And the Paul Tremblay book is small. So I'm gonna put those all in a pile at the bottom. Now finally, how am I gonna do this? I need 2 more piles. So I'm gonna move this up here, I guess. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna put another pile on the bottom, and it's gonna be all of the hardcovers, and then all of my soft covers are gonna go up here, assuming I can fit all of that. So let's sort through those. I have Last Kids on Earth, Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. Last Kids on Earth is bigger. Signed copy of Strangers Assume My Girlfriend Is My Nurse by Shane Burkoff is smaller, so I'll put that there. The Dust Jacket is missing, but I have Wonder, which is bigger than Simon. Best Nerds Forever is small. And the Passing Playbook is pretty big. We'll put it above Simon. They're also both queer stories, so it kind of works. Actually, I have more soft covers, so I'll put the hard covers up here. And now, finally, to sort through my last stack of soft covers, we have Gideon the Ninth. Thick book. I read like a third of it. Percy Jackson. It's about the same size. This one's less thick though, so I'll put Gideon below it. This Is How You Lose the Time War is smaller. This is thinner, but it's large. We don't need to talk about the fact I have a Paw Patrol book. Paw Patrol book is going on the bottom because that is a big guy. Nerds book 1 is going on top. Be More Chill is going on top. These 2 I want to keep together, and they're also the same size. They're both Gary Paulson. They're going to go on top, it seems. My books. So I have 2 books. I've published a 1-act and I've published a novella. The novella is kind of big. I'm gonna put the novella on the bottom because it's big, and I'm going to put the 1-act on top of Nerds, but below Be More Chill. We're gonna put Fantastic Mr. Fox on top. The Unteachables will go on top of my one act, I guess? That makes sense? I think it does. Okay, I wanted to make sure the pile wasn't all the way to the top yet. However, I don't know if I can fit the rest of these books. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna have to make a separate pile and then put them elsewhere because they don't really fit into my organization system. Unless I move my writing books. Hold on. I'll just move those. I found another hardcover. Living with Schizophrenia. Let's put that... It's pretty thick. We'll put it on the bottom of the... Oh, fuck. Okay. Let's put it on the bottom, I believe. No, it's a little bit smaller than Last Kids on Earth, so we'll put it on top of that. So then our last soft cover pile will go here. Look at me figuring it out. I moved everything slanted. Gross. Okay, so let's see. I have Percy Jackson's Greek Gods is big. The Art of Being Normal is smaller. Tangerine is smaller than that. I Funny is bigger than Tangerine, so we'll put it under there. Song of Achilles is pretty big, but it's not as big as the Percy Jackson book, so I'll put it above that. Warriors, I haven't read. I need to. They Both Die at the End is also a pretty big book. I'm going to put it above Greek Gods. And I did it. It doesn't look pretty, but it is more organized than it was before, and that's the important thing. If you liked this video, subscribe, like, do all this stuff. I'll see you whenever I see you again. Goodbye.